respects those guys. Whether y'all believe it or not, and all the social media stuff, everything out there, the kid is a great kid. He's got a lot of friends on that team. I think the game meant a lot to him. I think it really hurt him that he couldn't continue, and he's dealing with a rib injury a little bit, and he's fine. He just had some pain in there.
Coach, were you satisfied with your run defense tonight?
I don't know the numbers. I wasn't at one time. We didn't stop the run well. I didn't think we tackled on the edge. They had really good backs. They're really patient backs. They bounced a lot of runs, and we didn't crack replace. We didn't get perimeter run support some, and they got out on us. Give them credit. But if you don't stop the run, you're going to have a long day. And I thought the touchdown run, there was a missed call there that really hurt us, and that's tough. It's one of those things that they don't get them all, but they missed a critical one there that probably hurt us.
Did the game change when Lagway went out?
Say what?
Did you see a change in their offense when Lagway went out?
It's hard to tell. I didn't think he was in there very long. I don't know. How many plays did he play? 2 series, 3 series? I don't know. I don't know how much. It obviously changed because, he's the starter, and they weren't playing with a starter anymore. And I thought Lagway did a good job when he was in there. But I thought the kid that came in did a great job too.
Kirby, could you just talk a little bit about Carson in terms of coming back with 3 picks and being able to just kind of settle down a little bit and get into a rhythm, 11 straight completions at one point?
Yeah, we talked about him for a while there when you weren't in here, but I'll be glad to talk about it again. He continues to grow, mature. He's not perfect, and I think that he puts a lot of pressure on himself. And we got to continue to help him, and the players around him got to help him, because he probably got 12 or 13 completions in a row if guys will get their signals and know what they're supposed to do on the perimeter. And we don't ask a lot of those wideouts, but we do ask them to execute at a high level, and they've got to help him. But he can't throw the ball late over the middle. He can't throw the ball down the sideline on a scramble, just throw it up for grabs. Those are things he can't do.
With Trevor banged
the
up.
third string quarterback entering at the half, what was your message to the team?
I didn't have anything to say about that.
Kirby, did you like the way you guys responded from the Texas win? And is it harder nowadays to follow one good game up with another good game?
No, I don't think one game affects the other. I think Florida's got a really good football team, personally. I think they're really physical. They've got SEC offensive line, defensive line. That's a good football team. And when you don't play well or spot them 3 turnovers, I don't know. I guess we ended up getting, how many turnovers did we get? 1?
2. 2 if you count the
Yeah.
field goal.
Yeah, I don't know. That's not a turnover to me. So, we have 3, they have 1. It certainly changed the field position and the momentum in the game. That was huge. But when you turn the ball over 3 times, and I would think we out-explosive played them, and that's usually an indicator. And when you do that, you gotta get touchdowns in the red area, which we didn't, and you can't turn the ball over.
I know you think Nate Fraser handled stepping in for Trevor Etienne, and what did you say to him after that touchdown?
Just don't be stupid, man. We're not selfish people at Georgia. We don't. I'm not interested in all the shenanigans. We're meat and potatoes. We roll our sleeves up and we go to work every day. I'm not interested in you gator chomping and throat slashing. It's not respectful. I want to be respectful of the game and the people we play, and I think the best way to attack somebody is beat them.
Did that surprise you, Coach, when he made that gesture?
He's immature. He's young. Nate's a great kid. Look, he's a super talent, and he wants to do well. He didn't do it with the intent of getting a penalty. He just, got to act like you've been there, and he ain't been there enough.
Coach, how good was that late interception in the fourth quarter that you got there?
It was a big play. I thought the guy was wide open, and they had a nice play called, a little bootleg action that was a copycat play from one we had seen earlier this year and given up a touchdown, and the guy was open. C.J. Allen made a freaky, unbelievable play to jump up and snag it, and that was probably the biggest change in the game.
Coach, there were times it felt like a home game for Georgia. What can you say about the juice the fans were able to bring? I saw your players playing up to the crowd quite a bit in those games.
Well, I felt that was both ways. I don't know. I felt like every time they had momentum, they were loud against our offense, and that's the way it's supposed to be in this game. And in recent years in the past, sometimes it hadn't been that way. And I don't know. I love playing in Jacksonville, but the momentum swings sometimes don't feel like it gets as loud as the road or the home games because the 50% rule.
How can you help prevent Carson from pressing? Obviously, he's another player, but how do you coach that and prevent that?
I can't say I know that he's pressing. First of all, I don't want to. I've mentioned that, but I don't know that. I think he wants to play well. He feels a burden to play well, and he's in Jacksonville. It's important to him. And look, he's gotten better. He's done some really good things. He's just, I think he's got to be willing to take check downs and what defense gives him and not force the ball a lot of times. But as to what keeps him from pressing. If I knew that, I would be worth a lot more money.
But you're not concerned with back-to-back games with 3 picks at least, that it's.
No, I'm not concerned with it because, what you throw the ball, that's going to happen sometimes. We got to try to do a good job of preventing it, but we also won the game because he can throw the ball, right? We weren't able to run the ball down their throat in the fourth quarter. We threw the ball. And he makes checks, decisions. There's 3 plays in that last 2 drives that nobody knows what he did, and he's got elite knowledge of what's going on and puts us in the right play, and the plays work when he puts us in them.
What'd you
Well,
see
Did
on
you
that?
talk about the Cash touchdown at the end?
Yeah.
Throw, right?
It was a great throw. It was, I think it was underneath, angle out by Cash. He ran a great option route, and that's not an easy throw. Like you'd say, well, that's just a little 5-yard throw. Well, he's got to put touch to get it over the defensive line. He's got to put it in a position that Cash has somebody covering him. And I thought Cash did a great job breaking the tackle. A guy tried to drag Cash down, and Cash beat him and did a great job. Cash is good at those routes. So is ETN.
I imagine you have something for Dwight Phillips because of his speed, but how about the call to get him his first touch
Yeah.
on that stage at that moment and he came through?
That's a great job by the offensive staff. They reached out to me on Tuesday or Wednesday and said, is Dwight going to travel? Because he hasn't traveled every game. And said, yeah, he's going. He's up now with injuries at running back. He'll be an emergency running back. And they put a package in for him, and he did a great job. You're talking about everybody on that team loves that kid, Little Peanut. His parents are great people. Both ran track at Kentucky. His dad's an Olympic gold medalist, and just what a great story. I've never met a kid that everybody on the team likes as much as him, and he just works really hard. So I was really happy for him to get that play.
Kirby, what's Anthony Evans dealing with, and how did that leave you in the return game?
Anthony's dealing with a little bit of a hamstring, so we're hopeful to get him back. It happened, late last week, so it's why we train multiple guys to be able to return the ball. And Malachi became the next guy, and kickoff it became Cash.
How do you feel like your defense held up with those first half suspensions and the guys kind of stepping up?
Whew. I think we lost somebody there for a few snaps, Ja'Cory, and so then we were really, that's why you practice the 2s and 3s. It's why you develop players. Kyron had to come in and play. I can't say how they played. I thought we had some jitters there. I thought it was really good for KJ Bolden to get to start and play, to get some confidence and play more. He's rotated a lot, but we could have played better, I'll say that, but we survived them.
What'd you see from the offense on that go-ahead touchdown in the fourth quarter?
I don't know what you mean.
Yeah.
Is it the screenplay?
Well, I just mean that drive.
Oh, I saw a 3rd and 5 that we were going to have to punt the ball back to them if we didn't get it, is what I saw. And I was like, here we are, similar to Texas. We had a bigger lead, but, he steps up, he sees a blitz, he puts everybody on the right protection, he takes the shot clock down to 1 second and puts us in the right route and throws a great ball and stands in a pocket now that there ain't many people with that many people pressuring going to stand in that pocket that long and trust his protection and fire that ball. And I know, a lot of guys on Sunday that don't do as much checking as he does and puts us in the right play. And that was the difference in the game to get it to Arian. And then we still had to finish the drive, and he did a great job against Max Blitz to score the touchdown with Dom.
We got time for one more question.
With Nate Fraser, just how have you seen him continue to grow and mature throughout this season, especially stepping up tonight with Trevor Hurd? I think he had a career high of 18, 19 carries.
Yeah, he got to grow up. We've been trying to grow him up the whole time. It's probably me more than anything. Josh does a good job trying to get him in there. We got to show confidence in him and play, because a back can't make it through this league trying to do it by himself. And I thought he did some good things tonight. He had a couple mistakes. I'm not talking about the penalty. He had a couple mistakes that can cost us. He has really gotten better at his protection. I'm fired up about him in protection because he is not shy of contact. But he's got to get vertical and not try to outrun everything to the sideline. Thanks, guys.